Justice Amy Coney Barrett entered the courtroom with her usual poised demeanor, ready to question Jasmine Crockett. The atmosphere was tense as the judge challenged Crockett on her interpretation of the law. Barrett's sharp tone suggested she expected a quick, straightforward answer. But Crockett was no ordinary opponent. She remained calm and confident, prepared to turn the tables on the justice herself. As Barrett pressed Crockett with pointed questions, the courtroom leaned in, sensing an intellectual battle was unfolding. Crockett responded thoughtfully, carefully, dismantling the assumptions embedded in Barrett's challenge. Her voice carried clarity and conviction, revealing a deep understanding of the complex legal issues at hand, leaving the judge momentarily taken aback by the strength of her arguments. The exchange grew increasingly intense as Barrett tried to regain control, pushing harder to assert her legal authority. But Crockett stood firm, countering each point, with precise references to precedent and statutory interpretation. The judge's confident posture began to falter under the weight of Crockett's well-crafted rebuttals, shifting the courtroom's energy in favor of the younger attorney. Witnesses and spectators watched in amazement as Crockett, with unwavering composure, gently schooled the justice on nuances she hadn't fully considered. Barrett, known for her judicial rigor, was visibly challenged by the unexpected depth of Crockett's insights. The judge's questions slowed as she processed the points raised, signaling a rare moment of humility in a high-profile courtroom. Crockett's delivery was strategic yet respectful, carefully navigating the fine line between defiance and decorum. Her legal prowess was undeniable, and she seized the opportunity to expose gaps in Barrett's argumentation. The courtroom buzzed with whispers as observers realized they were witnessing a significant moment. A judge being thoroughly tested and challenged in open court. Justice Barrett cleared her throat, trying to regain composure, but the momentum was with Crockett now. Each rebuttal from Crockett highlighted important legal principles that resonated with many in the courtroom. Barrett's usual sharpness was tempered by the need to listen carefully, reflecting a rare moment of judicial vulnerability under the bright courtroom lights. Crockett's calm confidence began to influence the tone of the hearing. The judge's earlier assertiveness was replaced by a more measured, reflective approach. Crockett expertly used case law and logic, weaving a narrative that not only defended her position but subtly educated the court on broader constitutional implications. Barrett's questions became less confrontational and more inquisitive, showing she was genuinely processing Crockett's points. The courtroom atmosphere shifted from confrontation to a deep, respectful legal discourse. Observers sensed that this was more than just a clash. It was a moment of judicial learning and growth. With a firm yet courteous tone, Crockett emphasized the importance of balancing legal interpretation with real-world impacts. She argued that strict adherence to precedent must also consider evolving societal values. This nuanced argument struck a chord with many, reinforcing her role not just as an attorney, but as an advocate for justice. The judge nodded slowly, acknowledging the strength of Crockett's position. Barrett's questions began to reveal curiosity rather than skepticism. This subtle change marked a turning point in the hearing, where the challenger became the teacher, and the teacher willingly became the student. Crockett's use of historical examples and modern-day applications demonstrated her deep legal knowledge. She connected the dots between old laws and contemporary challenges, illustrating why judicial interpretation cannot be static. Barrett's recognition of these arguments indicated a rare openness that many in the legal community admired. The courtroom was silent except for the voices of the two women engaged in this intellectual duel. Crockett's ability to articulate complex ideas with clarity and respect created a powerful dynamic. Barrett's occasional interruptions became fewer as she absorbed the insights being offered, reflecting a true courtroom dialogue. Crockett pressed forward, showing how legal principles should evolve to serve justice effectively. She underscored the importance of considering the broader consequences of rulings on everyday people. Barrett listened intently, her judicial role compelling her to weigh these broader concerns carefully. As the hearing progressed, the contrast between Barrett's traditionalist views and Crockett's progressive interpretations became clearer. The judge was no longer simply challenging, but engaging in a substantive debate. Crockett's poised arguments earned nods from some court observers, signaling her persuasive impact. Barrett acknowledged the validity of several points, asking follow-up questions to explore their implications further. This willingness to engage deeply with opposing views demonstrated a judicial humility that many respected. Crockett's firm yet respectful tone continued to command attention. The interaction between Barrett and Crockett became a rare showcase of intellectual rigor and mutual respect. Both women displayed mastery of the law, but Crockett's fresh perspective challenged the status quo. This balance made the hearing not only compelling, but educational for all present. Crockett took care to avoid sounding confrontational, instead framing her arguments as contributions to a larger legal conversation. Her approach invited Barrett to reconsider certain assumptions without undermining her authority. This tactful strategy elevated the discourse and maintained courtroom decorum. Barrett's facial expressions revealed a mix of surprise and respect. She recognized Crockett's skill in navigating complex legal territory with confidence and precision. The judge's tone softened slightly, signaling that she valued the challenge as a means to deepen understanding. The courtroom buzzed quietly as spectators absorbed the unfolding drama. Crockett's ability to stand firm against one of the most powerful judges in the country was inspiring. Barrett's willingness to engage openly with criticism underscored the importance of judicial openness in a democratic society. Crockett emphasized the need for courts to adapt legal interpretations to contemporary realities. She warned against rigid readings that could stifle justice or ignore societal progress. Barrett's nods confirmed her engagement with these crucial ideas, highlighting the hearing's broader significance. The hearing's momentum shifted decisively as Crockett skillfully dismantled barriers to progressive legal thought. Barrett's respectful listening signaled an openness to reconsideration, reflecting the dynamic nature of the judiciary. The courtroom witnessed a rare moment of judicial evolution. Barrett began to ask more hypothetical questions, testing the limits of Crockett's arguments. Crockett responded with careful reasoning, acknowledging complexity while defending her positions firmly. This exchange deepened the hearing's intellectual richness and showcased legal debate at its finest. As the dialogue continued, Barrett showed signs of genuine curiosity, inviting Crockett to explain her views more fully. Crockett responded by drawing on a wide array of sources, including constitutional scholars and landmark cases. The depth of knowledge impressed everyone present. Barrett's earlier confrontational tone was replaced by one of exploration, indicating a shift from challenge to collaboration. Crockett's respectful manner fostered an environment where judicial learning could flourish. This change reflected the power of respectful legal debate in shaping jurisprudence. The exchange became a model of how courts can serve as forums for ideas rather than mere arenas of conflict. Crockett's approach balanced advocacy with education, encouraging the judge to consider new perspectives without feeling undermined. This balance was key to the hearing's impact. Barrett acknowledged that the law must sometimes evolve to meet new challenges. She commended Crockett's thorough preparation and thoughtful arguments. This rare judicial praise highlighted the respect Crockett earned by not just defending her case, but enriching the court's understanding. The courtroom atmosphere was charged with admiration for Crockett's ability to challenge authority without arrogance. Barrett's receptiveness demonstrated a judiciary willing to learn and adapt. This hearing became a memorable example of judicial humility and legal excellence. As the hearing drew to a close, Barrett thanked Crockett for her insightful contributions. Crockett responded with grace, emphasizing the shared goal of justice. The mutual respect between the two women left a lasting impression on all who witnessed the event. Outside the courtroom, legal analysts praised Crockett's performance and Barrett's openness. The exchange was hailed as a testament to the vitality of the legal system when dialogue is embraced. This moment of challenge and schooling became an inspiring example for future legal debates. In the end, the hearing showcased not just a clash, but a collaboration between tradition and progress. Justice Barrett's challenge and Jasmine Crockett's schooling created a powerful narrative about growth, respect, and the enduring pursuit of justice. The Courtroom witnessed history in the making,